Hello, everyone. Welcome to another True Crime Tarot night. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And we are going to be reading about the Brazil Flight 2283. So let's get some energies on these beautiful cards. Okay, we have the Investigation Oracle deck that is a cross between or incorporated with tarot. It is the only Oracle deck that I predominantly use. I don't use any other Oracle decks. And the reason why I'm using this is that it's they are amazing. They offer a lot more information when, there's 100 cards instead of 78 for a start. And yeah, so the reason why it's taken me this long to read about this is because there's been a bit of conspiracy around when it first happened, because a lot of friends of mine do travel as well as work related as etc. And I, like everyone who travels, there's always going to be some sort of interest involved in an accident. And the reason why, especially in this day and era with technology, I do believe that the Brazilians, or the Voepass, I think they're called, purchased a flight from Indonesia a while ago. I did a little bit of research. There is conflict on the amount of people or the amount of passengers. Passengers is the key word here. It's either 61 or 62. Now, there was a dog on board, okay, and in my line of work, they are still on a manifest. It's called a manifest. You can have a passenger list, but technically it's called a manifest. And any breathing thing, literally, has to be listed accordingly. And I do know that dogs have passports as well. In this flight, they were allowed as a companion dog or whatever. So that's really, really sad on top of everything else. Now, from reference, let me just have a quick check because I have got some notes here. There were 4 professors from a uni. 2 were federal uni, 2 staff and a couple of kids there. This is in amongst the 62 that were on board. There were 58 passengers, 4 crew. So again, we're talking about a dog here to be incorporated into the 58. It stalled and went into a flat vertical. Now, what happened is that it stalled and then it started going like that. Okay, so that's what a flat vertical means, for those who are not sure. There were 10 no-shows and they were waiting at a different gate. Now, this is what got my spidey senses tingling, and I've waited to see if there was anything else, and I haven't seen anything else. There were 8 doctors, 8. Some people are saying 15. There were 8 doctors. 6 were oncologists, and they were going to a cancer conference. Okay, yeah, that's we check for conspiracies there. Another interesting fact that I found is that there was a lawyer on board as well, and that person was specialising in lawsuits against an airline. So, on that note, cards. What happened to Flight 2283, Brazilian Flight 2283, sorry, my hands are cold, 2283, Voepass Flight 2283, and that was enough to repeat, so I'm sure they've got the message. Home search or house. Cannot see clearly. Purposely disappeared. Hierophant authority. Accomplished or had help. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that's not good. I was kind of hoping I was going to see an accident card come up. Like sometimes things just happen. It would, entertainment purposes and allegedly, especially on this playlist, but on my whole channel, it would be that there's some sort of higher up authority here. This is a major arcana card that's come through, that had that something had happened. There was someone that had help on the ground to organise it. I don't know the electronic side of things, but I do believe that it stalled, which I did mention in the shuffling, and someone has purposely disappeared from it. So if we check where that authority has come from, there is someone that's probably gone away somewhere. I'm not saying to the other plane or anything, but they can't be found. Okay. And this is where I'm going with cannot see clearly. Now, there is evidence here. It's suspected to be around the home. Now, I'm getting home, meaning the home port, the home airport, where it actually left. Okay. I'm getting there that they need to look deeper from not where it was going, but where it left. What airport? It did not go to plan. It's a family connection. And we've got another major arcana card on top of a major card, which is strength. And that's confrontation. There has been some sort of argument. It all stemmed from an argument I'm getting from this card. Someone has argued with the Hierophant. Now, I'm not getting the lawyer's card here. However, I do believe if we're talking about confrontation, that's what lawyers do, right? I'm getting someone here going up against a lion. The lion could easily be the Hierophant, the ruler, the power, It's the king of the jungle, literally, is the lion, right? So I'm getting someone here that is going up against a lion. I really do feel that this has something to do with the lawyer that was on board. Just one single person. One single person. This is horrific if this is correct. There is also some sort of family connection of the person that has, MIA, basically. The person that's gone missing, we can say. And I am not indicating that it's another plane. I'm saying that someone has gone on a holiday somewhere, or is not from the home. Okay, is not from the home port, is not from the airport, the town, the country, the town, the city that the plane left. Whatever had happened, it didn't go to plan. Oops. Oh, this one wants to talk. I'll put this one out straight away because there will be a follow. There'll be a follow. Okay, expose secrets and undercover. This one wanted to come out very, very fast. So we are talking undercover here. We are definitely talking now about some sort of conspiracy. There was ground help as well as up in the air, air help, some sort of family relation to do with the hierarchy who was involved. I would purposely now, I do believe we are talking the lawyer. I know I'm going back on that, and I know that there's doctors and everyone on board and that, but I do believe that if they go and look further into whatever cases this lawyer was looking on, you would find the exposed secrets. You'll find what's happened. You could probably even narrow down, who's basically who had help. Ransom or note left, and mask not true face. Exactly. So mask not true face. We're talking a double cross here. There the note before I even threw this card, I do believe that there's evidence out there. Um, if they again look in this lawyer, look from what the major arcana has come through, from what tarot has disclosed here, and look into the lawyer's case more, or all the cases that he's doing. I do believe that he's been betrayed, double crossed. He had to get away. Deed or poisoned. End of the situation, or buried. There is a connection, and person is known. Yes, I'm sorry, people. A lot of people are referring to, and they are using this doctor's thing and cancer thing. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting this at all. I'm getting that it's to do with the lawyer that was on board. One person only. It is to do with what he was doing. The cards are saying there is a connection. It was the ending of the situation. He had to get away. I would say he was fleeing himself. I don't know if he was just going. There is not a lot on him. And this is what gets me. You could find out the names and everything like that of the doctors, and it was confirmed about the poor dog and all the other poor people, but all of a sudden there was just oh yeah, and by the way, there was a lawyer on board that actually was specializing in lawsuits against airlines. And that got my spidey senses, and this is the reason why I'm doing this reading. I was kind of hoping that it was just an accident, because, hey, cars break down, planes break down, although planes shouldn't break down. And that's why I knew that this plane was purchased from Indonesia X amount of time ago, and whatever. Because when you're up in the air, you have a lot more maintenance than what you need for a car on the road, He knew he had to get away. I would say he fled wherever he was going. Where he was landing, he was probably going to disclose something. The fact that you've got D or poison, I'm not getting physical here. I'm not getting, he was knocked out or anything like that. What I'm getting is that an interpretation of he was poisoning the airlines on the case or cases that he was working on. That's what I'm getting from poisoning. He was working on something. He was going up against the hierarchies, and they actually didn't like it. The person is known. He was betrayed. He was, someone literally backstabbed him, kind of thing. Whoever he told that he was going on this flight, that's what happened. Okay? Person is known. He was double-crossed. Because we've got mask, not true face. To me, that's a double cross, right? Okay, one more time, but I'm pretty sure I've got an answer. We've got another we've got the Chariot come through now, another major arcana card. We've got a repeat. Oh, please find me. Aggressive attack. There's that line again. And think about it differently. Please find me. I think he wants his story to be found, literally. With the aggressive attack, we've got to think about it differently. I'm sticking to this. I'm not changing this, because I haven't heard anyone or seen anything say about this lawyer. It has been washed under the carpet, or it's been wiped off the internet, or whatever. What's scary is that we've got the Chariot here. Is he wanted to speak the truth. He wanted to speak the truth. He wanted a lot of things to come out in the courts about the airlines, how there was cover-ups or whatever. basically he was moved, or removed. The repeat offender here, we can look at this on two ways, okay? We can look at this on two ways. The Hierophant could see that he had a lot more cases than just one, and that was saying that he was going to be this lawyer was going to be a repeat offender if something wasn't done, okay? Hence the aggressive attack. And this is where I'm also going with think about it differently. On that note, we could also say, well, the Hierophant, this is not the first time, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, that the Hierophant involved in this, the person that was in charge, the person who had help, it is not the first time. Either or, it enables us to think differently. So we've got a few scenarios here, scenarios, potato. He does want his story out. He wants his story out. He wants things to be found out about what he was doing. He doesn't seem to be, well, what's working behind the scenes, no one would know because it'd be secret or whatever. But this was an aggressive attack on him. And the fact that we've got Please Find Me would not come out if we're talking about the doctors, okay, because there's more than one anyway. So on that note, I'm going to leave it as such. I really genuinely believe that the whole thing, as much as I would love to say it was an accident, it was planned. It didn't go to plan, but it was planned. So I don't know if they were going to maybe just D him on board and then he was going to go missing, which would explain there was another card earlier where he basically purposely removed. I think that may have been the plan may have been the fact that they couldn't see clearly, but it didn't go to plan, so they went to an aggressive attack because this lawyer needed to not be around, allegedly entertainment purposes only, and therefore other people that are involved on the ground in the home port, as I said, that then made that other person who is involved in the Hierophant then go MIA. So there's a couple of scenarios. I think there was a plan A. The fact that you have D here, I didn't get that initially, but looking back now, the fact that you could not see clearly and it didn't go to plan, I don't believe that they really wanted to take out, the whole, including the poor dog, the whole 62 passengers on board, and I'm sticking to 62. I don't think they wanted to do that, but they couldn't risk it. So it went into an aggressive attack. And for some unknown reason, I do not know the scientific things, the technology of planes, but I'm just getting an energy that it stalled from the ground. Something happened from the ground that engine stalled and ended up in a flat spin. So let me know what you think in the comments, and the way that everything's being censored these days, let me know if there's other stories. I do not believe it's the doctors at all. I think they were, just sadly part of a plan that didn't go to plan, literally. So then they went into plan Z. Yeah. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.